All right, guys. Hey, guys. What's going on? Jeb here, and in today's live stream, we are going to be covering the top 5 cryptocurrency picks. You need to mute your computer because we have the stream up. Guys, we fixed the cameras, thank God almighty. Someone said, wow, you guys are so real because you guys have all kinds of technical difficulties. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's one way to describe it. That's one way to sugarcoat it. Guys, I am joined today by none other than Smee the Tree himself. He will be producing today. And we finally have second cameras set up.
Hey guys, what's going on? This is what I look like.
Smee is here. Smee the Tree is here. Smee, where is the tree costume?
The tree costume is on the way. It is in the mail, guys.
Good deal. All right, guys. We are also joined by definitely not high Zach, who is definitely not high. Say hi.
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Welcome, Zach. Zach is our editor, and like I said, he is definitely, completely, and totally sober. And in today's stream, we are going to be talking about the top 5 altcoins that I am personally a big fan of. We're going to be talking about my top 5 cryptocurrency picks, and I think you guys are going to get a lot of value out of it. If you do, as always, consider liking the stream. Once we get to 500 likes, something special is going to happen. Smee, what have we decided is going to happen?
We actually haven't decided anything, so if you guys want to see something really interesting happen at 500 likes and 1,000 likes, go ahead and leave your suggestions in the comments right now.
Absolutely. Tell us what you guys want to see at 500 likes and 1,000 likes, and if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel, and make sure to hit that post notification bell so you'll be updated every time a new video goes out. We're going to spend a couple of minutes here just letting some people join on up, and then we're going to jump straight on into some Bitcoin technical analysis. We have a lot to talk about on Bitcoin today, so stay tuned for that, but I do want to go ahead and open the floor for any questions before we get started. Anyone who has any questions, any concerns, any comments, now is your time. We are all looking at chat, and we'll be more than happy to answer them for you. We'll be getting started here in about 3 minutes. If you don't have your coffee yet, make sure to grab your coffee. Believe me, guys, I'm going to need it this morning. I'm half asleep, but that is why we are doing Coffee and Crypto.
Someone says Smee looks like a nice guy, but looks can be deceiving.
I mean, yeah.
Wow.
Well, I also saw something. So just so you guys heads up, we will actually have a third cam tomorrow.
Yes.
So we will have a third cam for tomorrow. It may be sitting over there.
Might be Smee, might not be.
It may be me sitting over there. Maybe Zach.
It might be definitely not high Zach.
It might be definitely not high Zach.
Definitely not
It
high
might
Zach.
not be, but
Or it might be No Chill Dasa. I love the names.
No
Chill Dasa.
No Chill Dasa. All right.
Oh my gosh. Good deal, guys. Any other questions? Good to have Smee on camera. Yes, indeed, guys. Like we said, Smee's tree costume is in the mail. Smee and Jen swap places. Is there someone named Jen in here?
I think they're trying to say Jeb.
Is there a Jen in here? Okay, just curious. Yeah, I think you meant Jeb. Why would we swap places? That's his seat. This is my seat.
Yeah.
There ain't even a computer over there. He's having to use his laptop because we're like ghetto rigging this entire stream right now.
This is barely being held together, guys.
This is held together by literal duct tape, guys. We're trying, but there is
literally,
quite literally, this stream is being held together by duct tape. By the way, guys, March is the month that, quite frankly, I'm not sure why we let March come back after the way it acted last year. Like,
no, March was being a bad boy, and like I saw this meme. It was like people were like, "Oh man, March." It's like you better count your days.
Yeah,
that's all you get. Oh no.
No, I saw that. I'm like, it said, why did we let March back after what it did last year? That's a good question, guys. We're gonna give it another minute or two to let some people pile on in, and then we are going to get started. Someone said my camera's blurry. I don't think it is. Is it? Does everything look good on y'all's end?
Yeah, everything looks good on mine.
I think it's fine over here.
Yeah.
We will check into that after stream because we've had plenty of technical difficulties this week. It's really funny how the first week, where this was even more ghetto rigged than it is right now, everything went fine. And then this week, once we're starting to upgrade things, it got even worse.
And you know what? When we found out what's wrong with the camera, guys. By the way, so we did find out what's wrong with the cameras. It was such an easy and stupid fix.
Yes.
That it hurt my soul. Like. Oh my gosh, yeah.
It was pretty rough. Someone said the camera might be shooting in 720, so we'll check all the settings after that once we get done. I appreciate all of the feedback. Guys, we are going to jump straight on in to some Bitcoin technical analysis. Any further questions, you can go ahead and post in chat, and we will get to them very, very quickly here. Going to go ahead and jump on to the chart. You guys know that we have been watching Bitcoin for the last several days, and today is no different. We need to go ahead and discuss where Bitcoin may be heading, because if you tuned into yesterday's live stream, which I very much hope you did, because I gave you guys some very good trading signals, some setups, and I talked about an inverse head and shoulders pattern that you can see on Bitcoin right here and the potential implications of that. We talked about in yesterday's live stream how Bitcoin needs to hold above this uptrending level of support right here, as this is the neckline for the inverse head and shoulders pattern. And on top of that, Bitcoin needed to hold above $50,000, which is sitting right here. For some reason, it's not trading. Oh, no, it is. There we go. Bitcoin did not do either of those things. Unfortunately, Bitcoin broke the uptrending level of support, and it broke $50,000. So now we have to come in here and switch these to red, because these markets have now seen a pullback and Bitcoin has moved to the downside. Now, you might be thinking that's not a very bad thing. Bitcoin seems to be in a bull flag and could continue higher from here. You're absolutely positively right, and I actually want to give you a little bit more technical analysis. The level that we pulled down to makes a whole heck of a lot of sense. Actually, we pulled down to $48,800. If we set that to blue, you can see there's actually quite a bit of trading around here. We can see some trading right here, some trading over here. Plenty of bottoms and tops right in here. So it's not necessarily the end of the world that Bitcoin pulled back, but it is definitely interesting that Bitcoin broke both of its levels of support. The next couple of days, as we've been talking about, are going to be important decision points to determine where Bitcoin moves from here. Bitcoin needs to get above this level right here. It's this red level at $52,200. If we're able to breach that, set a new higher high above our previous high right here and confirm it. You might say that we've set a new high, and you would technically be right, but we want to see an even stronger high above $52,000, and then our inverse head and shoulder pattern price target would put us up close to $58,000, and that could lead to a massive resurgence in bullish price action on Bitcoin. You guys probably know that Bitcoin is worth nearly $1 trillion right now, and has now gone over $1 trillion in the past. Total crypto market capitalization sitting at a measly $1.5 trillion. We talk about $1.5 trillion being a lot of money, but in fact, $1.5 trillion is nothing. Smay and I were talking about this earlier, how the derivatives market is worth nearly $100 trillion globally. Real estate market is also worth between $50 and $100 trillion, depending on how you measure it. $1.5 trillion is nothing. So when we're talking about crazy price predictions like a couple $100,000 Bitcoin in the next 2 to 3 years, we have every reason to believe that. When we talk about $5 on Cardano before the end of the year, we have every reason to believe that. When we talk about $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 potentially on Ethereum, that's not guaranteed. Of course, none of it's guaranteed. That's why, is because $1.5 trillion seems like a lot of money. It's really not. Smay, do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's good to also be at the same time as confident as we are in a lot of our price predictions. It's also good to be very cautious to say, all right, things things don't always go the way you predict them to go or the way you want them to go. So in terms of where we see the price going for Bitcoin, we have every reason fundamentally to believe that it will hit 100,000 and these kind of stupid high numbers. But it's also always good to kind of keep in mind that maybe it might not hit that like in our time frame. Mm-hmm. I'm very confident that it will hit it. Yep. You know, like that's almost a guarantee.
Yep.
But will it hit it by the end of the year? I mean, hey, that's just kind of up in the air.
Yep. No, and that's why technical analysis and fundamental analysis is really important, guys. So let's go ahead and jump back onto the chart. I want to show you where I can see Bitcoin going over the next 7 days or so. Drop a 1 in chat if that is something you were excited for, and tell me what altcoins do you think we're going to talk about in today's live stream. We're going to be getting to all of them and more here in the next 40 minutes or so, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Go ahead and tell us, drop the ticker symbol of what you think we're going to be covering in this stream. Someone said that this head and shoulders pattern is now invalidated because we broke the neckline, which is this uptrending level of support. You would be right about that in most cases. However, this is something that a lot of people don't know. Sometimes an inverse head and shoulders pattern or a head and shoulders pattern can actually turn into an even bigger pattern. What that looks like is an inverse head and shoulders pattern where we have 2 shoulders, a head, and then 2 shoulders. And this is very rare. Does not happen very often, but it is something that we need to pay attention to because it could mean that we still have validity to this inverse head and shoulders pattern. It's just a lot bigger than we think it is. So let me clean my chart up here and you'll see what I'm talking about. If we get rid of all of these trend lines for a second, you'll notice Bitcoin had a strong downtrending level of resistance, correct? Bitcoin has a strong uptrending level of resistance, correct? Bitcoin had a strong downtrending level of support, right? And a strong uptrending level of support. What Bitcoin just did is it went into a descending trading channel, a descending wedge, broke bullish out of it, which is what you would expect based on statistical analysis. we talk about that in CT2A. By the way, there's a coupon code for CT2A running right now called SME the Tree.
SME the Tree.
From our lovely SME the Tree. So if you are interested in joining CT2A and learning more about technical analysis, you can do that. So you can do so with the link in the description box down below. However, we can see that Bitcoin is in this descending wedge. It's now in a rising wedge. What this looks like is a reversal pattern, guys. We want to see Bitcoin move higher. We want to see it break levels of resistance. We want to have it set new highs and new lows that are higher than its previous ones. If it is able to do that, then just because we broke the neckline of this smaller head and shoulders pattern does not mean that we should throw out the idea of a new uptrend. Quite the opposite. On the contrary, we are looking at a longer term, larger head and shoulders pattern with two shoulders on either side. Give me a 2 in chat if you've never seen that before. It does not show up very often. You don't learn about it in textbooks. It is, however, something that I have personally, in my 3.5 years of experience, seen in cryptocurrency markets. You will sometimes see head and shoulders patterns play out like that. So I would pose to you that what we need to be looking at now is not the trend line we were looking at yesterday, since we actually did break below it, but I would say we need to look at this shoulder line right here between $52,000 and $52,000 and $53,000 based on this level right here, this level right here, this level right here, and this level right here. I would say that we are in a larger inverse H&S pattern, and that is going to lead us to much higher highs. If we were to draw a price target on this, then we would see Bitcoin rallying all the way to $61,500, likely in the next 21 days. I want to hear your take on that, guys. Where do you think Bitcoin is heading? Do you think that is a valid price target? I'm going to throw it back to you guys for just a second, and then we're going to continue with our Bitcoin technical analysis. Smay, are there any good questions? Anything that we can look at?
Not really. I mean, I think I'm seeing a lot of people saying that they want to see certain coins.
Yep.
You know, sure. I had somebody. Okay, here's a question. Is it like Smee from Peter Pan? Actually, no, not at all. Actually, we just so this. I'll explain here the just really quickly if you don't mind. I will explain the origin of Smee the Tree. So Smee the Tree is not a thing from Peter Pan, guys. It is when I first ever appeared on camera on this channel. Mm-hmm. Somebody commented and say, "Man, that guy's built like a tree trunk." So I was like, you know what? We're gonna roll with it. And then as it evolved, instead of Smee the Tree, we wanted it to rhyme, so we just kind of, everyone just kind of started calling me Smee the Tree. So. And
Zach's just definitely not high Zach, because he's just definitely not high. Like we just want to clarify that Zach is not indeed high right now. We just want to be okay. Good. We clear on that? Awesome, guys. Guys, make sure to hit that like button if you haven't already. It really does help out the live stream here. It does help out with engagement. It helps to get us pushing the YouTube algorithm so more people see this live stream. If you're enjoying the live stream, it is very much appreciated when you do that. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. We go live 5 days a week here. We post like 13 or 14 pieces of content on this channel every single week, because it is our mission here to provide you with the tools and the skills and the mindset that you need to become financially free through trading and investing in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. If that's something that you want to get behind, if you want some support reaching financial freedom from people that have been doing this for years, every day, day in and day out, this is the channel for you. Hit the subscribe button. It's totally free. We're heading to 100K subs, and I would love for you to jump on board with us. Anyway, guys, we're going to jump straight back onto the Bitcoin chart, because there is much to talk about in today's stream, and we don't want to dilly-dally. Bitcoin is in an inverse head and shoulders pattern. It's in a relatively strange one. It's in like this mutant head and shoulders pattern, an inverse head and shoulders pattern, where we see two shoulders on both sides. We put a level of support down at $43,000. We had a standing prediction on this channel of Bitcoin pulling back to $42,000. We got $900 to that level. We came very close. Let's look at MACD and RSI, following through on our blank-to-bank format of technical analysis, a format of technical analysis that we teach in CT2A, by the way, if you haven't joined already. On the daily chart, we can see that the RSI actually looks relatively healthy. The RSI is sitting around 55. This is indicative that if we start a new rally, we could probably go to $70,000 before getting overextended on RSI, depending on how quickly we get there. We do not need to be concerned about RSI overextension. We do not need to be concerned about the market not allowing us to go higher. There is plenty of room to run. I've been talking a lot on this channel about the importance of healthy corrections. This, my friends, is a healthy correction that Bitcoin is in. There's nothing to be concerned about here. The technicals and the fundamentals are fantastic. Speaking of the technicals, the MACD has been converging bullish on itself for the last 4 days. And to give you some context on that, let me show you the last time that has happened. We saw 4 days ago we started converging bullish on ourselves. We also saw right here we started converging bullish on ourselves. This was the last time that this signal showed up, and guess what followed? A large uptrend. The last time we saw the color on the histogram down here change, you see this? We saw a major uptrend. That is simply how MACD works, guys. Whenever it changes color, it means means that the market is starting to shift, is starting to switch, is starting to reverse and move from an uptrend to a downtrend, or in this case, a downtrend to an uptrend. I can show you the case that happened before also was right here. The other time that we saw this signal was right here. Guess what happened? A large uptrend. So the last two times that we've seen this signal on MACD show up, we went into an uptrend. And just to give you guys context on that, Bitcoin in this case rallied 130%. Bitcoin in this case rallied 83%. There is good reason to believe that price targets like $65,000 to $70,000 may come true in the next couple of months if Bitcoin continues that pattern. We have a standing prediction of Bitcoin going to $75,000 by the end of August. It is possible, and in fact, there's a decent chance that that might happen much, much sooner. So that is something to look forward to, guys. The technicals are strong right now. There's nothing to be concerned about, and MACD helps to assure us of that. So let's go ahead and look at some other technical indicators. For example, the volume. The volume is relatively stagnant right now. Bitcoin is not having any crazy large movements, but I do want to show you that we have a green, red, green formation. This formation, just like over here, is typically a signal that the market is about to go even higher. We saw one happen right here, and it was followed by another one right there. That's where we have a green candlestick followed by a non-engulfing red candlestick followed by an engulfing green candlestick. That is a good sign. You can see we have the opposite right here, a red, green, red formation where we have a red candlestick, a non-engulfing green, and an engulfing red. That was very bearish. We've seen the flip side now. That is very bullish. The volume is kind of stagnant right now, but that's because Bitcoin is just simply not very strong at the moment. That will come. TD sequential, there's nothing much to write home about there. We've already talked about how the on the 4 simple moving average, the 50 daily SMA is giving us support down here around $42,000. That's well and good. Bollinger Bands, nothing much there. And the 20 daily EMA, you will notice we are still above it. Guys, the 20 daily EMA is how we define daily chart uptrends and downtrends. If you look in the past, whenever we're above the 20 daily exponential moving average, we are in an uptrend. Whenever we test it as support, a lot of times we bounce. When we don't test it as support, we go into a larger downtrend, and then when we get above it, we go into a new uptrend. Especially when you start combining technical indicators, you realize the power of this. So what have we seen, guys? We saw a bullish cross on MACD, followed by a cross above the 20 daily EMA. That is going to result in bullishness. That is going to result in buying pressure. We've seen the exact same thing happen before. Bitcoin had a bullish cross we had a reversal on the MACD histogram. A couple days later, we had a bullish cross above the 20 daily EMA, and then we went on that 85% rally we talked about earlier. That's what we're seeing happen right now. We just saw the exact same pair of signals flash. That is indicative that we have the potential to go into a larger uptrend right now. Everything's falling into place. Bitcoin has a strong foundation of bullish fundamentals, bullish technicals, and if those bullish technicals play out, there's a very high likelihood that we're going to go back to $58,000 and beyond, maybe even up to $65,000 in the next month or two. Want to hear your opinions on that, guys? Are there any great comments, any great questions that we should address? Good old Smee.
Yeah, so our good friend Mr. Goose asked, are you ruling out a return to 36 to 42K?
Am I ruling out a return to 36 to 42K? Guys, I disagree with the question, actually. I don't rule anything out. In general, I try to be very careful about ruling things out, because what that is saying in a little bit different terms is saying I guarantee that this is not going to happen. And we don't make guarantees here on this channel, and anyone who does make a guarantee to you about technical analysis doesn't know their craft. You can't guarantee what the market's going to do. So am I ruling it out? No, I'm not ruling it out. It could happen. Do I think it is likely? No. Do I think it is very likely at all? Do I think there's even a chance? No, I don't think so. We've talked about in previous live streams, by the way, that there is a floor at $30,000, and there is a potential for Bitcoin to pull back to $30,000. However, that is extremely likely. And by the way, I want to address the thumbnail thing that happened about a week ago. We completely botched that thumbnail, by the way.
Yes, we did.
I want to clarify that when we were making the thumbnail, we did not mean to put live there as if it was happening live. We were saying the stream is live. So that was a mistake on our part. Hands up. Sorry about that. We were not trying to clickbait you. That was a genuine mistake. We were very tired, guys. Producing the show does take a lot of energy, but that's no excuse. Thank you guys for being loyal through that. Any other good questions, Smay? Make sure to hit that like button if you haven't already, by the way.
All right. So this one I actually like. It's from Viral TV. He asked, what would be the indicators that will let us know when we will go into a bear market?
Good question. Let's go ahead and talk about that really quickly, and then we will move on to some technical analysis on some of our favorite altcoins. Guys, there are a lot of technical indicators that indicate when we move into a bear market, and I'm very glad you asked about this. This is something I've talked about many times on the channel, but I haven't talked about it recently. We first need to begin out on the weekly chart, and we need to look at our, actually I take that back, we need to begin on the daily chart, and we need to look back at the previous bull market. Guys, there are multiple things that happen when you go into a bull market or a bear market. Namely, you see some certain things happening on the 50 and the 200 simple moving averages. Let's go ahead and switch this from the 100 to the 50, and you will see something very interesting happen back here at the beginning of the previous bull market. We saw a golden cross right here, followed by a death cross, followed by a golden cross. We actually saw something very similar happen at the beginning of this bull market. We saw a golden cross, followed by a death cross, followed by a golden cross. This is our confirmation of a bull market. That's how we know we're in a bull market. As far as bear markets are concerned, when a bear market starts, you see the 50 daily simple moving average start to move to the downside. That's not your indicator because that does happen sometimes. Generally speaking, in a bull market, the 50 daily simple moving average is simply going to trade sideways. Notice how it's trading sideways. It's not actually moving to the downside. When it starts moving to the downside, sometimes that can happen in a bull market like we saw right here. But the real indicator of moving into a bear market is a cross. When you see a bearish death cross like this, that's your indicator. Another big indicator, I believe, if I remember right, I haven't shown this one in a long time, is out on the weekly chart. When you see a bearish cross on MACD, half the times on weekly chart, that is indicative that you're moving into a new bear market. We see it happen right here. That has not happened and is not going to happen for a while on Bitcoin. That's why we're not concerned about Bitcoin going into a bear market right now. There's not a strong case to be made that we're going into a bear market. None of the technical signals we use when we're looking at bull and bear markets are flashing. And in fact, there are actually some things that we can see on the monthly chart with the MACD. For example, we saw a bearish cross on MACD back at the end of the 2016-17 bull market. We have not seen that happen right now. Another thing, guys, whenever bull markets happen, you start trending towards the 50 monthly simple moving average. You can see we have not done that. In fact, the last 6 months have closed green candlesticks. That is not what a bear market beginning looks like. We would need to see a lot more bearish trading. So that's a great question. Are we moving into a bear market right now? We have no reason to believe that we are. Is it possible? Yes, because we don't rule things out here. We are talking about probabilities and possibilities, not certainties. Are we moving into a bear market? No, we're not. Any further questions, guys?
No, I'm not really seeing anything that's too pressing, unless you see something, Zach. I don't know if you see something.
Yeah, there's one question that says, in your opinion, is swing trading a bad strategy?
Good question. Is swing trading a bad strategy? No, I would not say swing trading is a bad strategy. Guys, there are multiple different types of trading. You got scalp trading, you got intraday trading, you got day trading, you have swing trading, and you have investing. Those are really the 5 different things, and I ran through that in a certain order. The order I ran through that in is the time frame that we're talking about here. When you're talking about scalping, you're talking about you're on the minute chart. When you're talking about intraday trading, intragalactic is in the galaxy. Intrastate is inside the state. Interstate is outside of the state. Intraday trading is working inside of a daily candlestick. Daily trading is just that. Interday trading is multiple days. That's 1 to 3 days is generally what we're talking about when we're talking about day trading or interday trading. Also, swing trading is what we talk about when we're talking about something more like 3 to 14 day trades. Those are the trades that I actually really like to do, because what happens is that you rule out random market fluctuations that happen down on the minute chart and down on the hourly chart, and you're actually able to follow the technicals. Is swing trading a bad idea? No. I actually like swing trading the most. It is my favorite type of trading. Do I rule it out? Absolutely not. I think swing trading is fantastic. Good question, guys.
Yes.
What's going on in chat, guys?
Sorry, I just saw this comment.
These two are just dying about something.
I saw this comment, and
my heart goes out to you, Bolivito.
Bolivito. That was good. Also, there's another one. I don't know.
What do you say?
Marcel Day says Jeb is gonna be super sad when he learns Lindsey Sterling is engaged to be married.
Is she really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Whoa, Lindsey Sterling's engaged? That's awesome. Good for her. No way. Hang on, I'm putting the stream on. There's no way she's engaged. I literally do not care about any celebrity in the world. I do like Lindsey Sterling. Lindsey Sterling's awesome. Lindsey Sterling's music helped me through a lot of stuff. Any other questions?
I don't know.
But yes, I'm torn up. I'm going to have to go cry about that now.
Yeah, no, I just thought that was funny.
No, that is pretty funny.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. Good deal. All right, guys, we are going to move on to some further altcoins. If you guys are enjoying the stream, make sure to hit that like button. We appreciate you tuning in. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you a thing. And we are producing a lot of content here for you guys, and we would love your support. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and move on. We are going to be talking about Ethereum next. You guys know Ethereum is one of my favorite cryptocurrencies and a cryptocurrency that I definitely recommend. That is not financial advice. It is simply my opinion. Ethereum is trading at $1,573 and change right now. It is down 2% in the last 24 hours and 4% in the last 7 days. You even can see the market dominance of Ethereum at the top of CoinMarketCap. It's sitting at 12% right now. Ethereum was the beginning of the decentralized application industry. Decentralized applications started on the Ethereum protocol, and that's why it's worth $200 billion, and that's why we hold quite a lot of it. Looking at the Ethereum chart, I know a lot of you guys were very excited about it. We are going to see some interesting things. Namely, I want to start out here on the monthly chart. Guys, Ethereum has gone into a 1,700% rally in the last 365 days. Bitcoin has done something similar, but Ethereum is massively up, and I want you guys to understand that before we move into our technical analysis. Someone's going crazy over there off camera, Smay. What you did? Smay just hit a fat whip. I don't know why.
No, don't worry. This is Zach's first time moderating the comments, so like I'm kind of watching him. Yeah,
don't spam chat. Don't spam chat.
Every time I see him do good, I'm just like I get excited. So.
Not drunk. Not drunk Zach. Not high Zach is being a good moderator. He's not drunk either. I mean, we're just saying. He's perfectly sober. Anyway, guys, we are doing some technical analysis on Ethereum, and I want to show you where Ethereum has pulled back to. We've seen something similar happen on Ethereum that we saw happen on Bitcoin. We pulled back to around $1,360 to $1,420, and that is a very good thing. We've also seen a bullish engulfing candlestick here on Ethereum with a long lower shadow. That is a very bullish thing indeed. We have also seen convergence on the MACD down here on ETHUSD's daily chart. This is very powerful and something that we're going to talk about in a second. Just as Bitcoin's MACD convergence is good, so too is this. This is a very bullish thing for Ethereum, and we want to see that cross happen. RSI has plenty of room to run. We're sitting at 47. Nothing much to be worried about there. I do want to show you this, however. Ethereum is below the 20 daily exponential moving average. We have not broken it in the same way that we have broken it on Bitcoin. That means that Bitcoin has rallied farther and faster than Ethereum has, and that's something that we're going to need to keep in mind, because when we move back into a rally, it may be that Bitcoin is driving it and not Ethereum. Something we definitely want to pay attention to. Also, you will notice the Ethereum volume has been relatively low lately, and that's something that we're going to want to keep an eye on. That signals an anemic rally. That signals an anemic bounce. We don't see a lot of volume here. We don't see a lot of pressure and volatility here. Instead, we see a lot of it over on Bitcoin. Definitely something to keep in mind for all of our Ethereum holders out there. Also, the 50 daily simple moving average, you can see right here, Ethereum is holding above, and we have recently bounced on it, but it is definitely not as strong as Bitcoin is. Bitcoin never even came down and tested it properly. Ethereum is struggling to sit above it right now. So we need to be careful about what happens with Ethereum. I really do personally believe that Cardano is stealing a lot of Ethereum's mojo right now. In fact, it's really funny. Cardano just dropped to number 4 in the middle of this stream. It just dropped $100 million and is now number 4. Binance Coin is number 3. Has that ever happened before, guys? I don't know if Binance Coin has ever been in the number 3 slot.
In the time that I've been around,
I don't think I've seen that. Binance Coin. Someone, hang on a second. I gotta retell this story because this was really funny. 2 streams ago, someone said that anyone who the guy that invests in Binance Coin is the same guy that closes the refrigerator with his hips. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
That was really funny. He's the same guy that sits down to pee. Anyway, we're gonna do some more technical analysis on Bitcoin.
Oof.
I'm joking. I love Binance Coin. We're going to talk about Binance Coin here in a second. Sneak peek, that is one of the altcoins that we're going to be talking about, actually. I do like Binance Coin, but we do have some important questions we need to ask about it here in a second. So let's continue with our Ethereum technical analysis and try and collect myself. Guys, Ethereum's all-time high is at $2,400, and the question on all of our minds right now is Ethereum going to return back to $2,040 or not? Guys, I'm just going to be very clear. I'm just going to be very upfront and honest with you right now. There are a lot of technical facets that we have to look at on Bitcoin to get a clear picture of where it's going. Right now, Ethereum is in the back seat. Bitcoin's driving the car. Sometimes that switches. Sometimes Ethereum's the one in the driver's seat, and sometimes Bitcoin's the one in back in the back seat. That is not what we're looking at right now. We're looking at Bitcoin driving this market, Bitcoin trying to drive a revival in the price, trying to drive a revival in the excitement and the enthusiasm in this market, and we are not seeing that out of Ethereum. If you're invested in Ethereum, I love the project. The fundamentals, I think, are relatively strong. I like that it's building decentralized applications. I want to see how Ethereum goes about improving some of the issues we're running into, like gas fees, like all of these different things going on with development. We're not going to get into that in today's video, but I do still think it is worth what it's worth, and I do still think it's going to go into a rally along with Bitcoin. I think it's going to be a good year for Ethereum, but right now, is it the one driving? No, it is not. So look to Bitcoin to restart this rally, to kick off the engine, to get that fuel started, and watch Ethereum follow. Ethereum will follow, but right now the technicals on Ethereum really follow Bitcoin, and that's just the way that it is. Any good questions for us, guys?
Yeah, so I'm gonna actually scroll up for this one because I like this question a lot.
Okay.
From our good friend Jason Ox. He asked, Cardano to $1,000, but you would think it's what we talked about yesterday, but it's not. He says, what would the Cardano price be if it had the circulating supply of Bitcoin?
Okay.
Would it be at 1K now? So obviously we talked about this. This would probably just be math, but if you want to go ahead and do that.
So guys, here's how we do this. Market capitalization, I'm going to go to live scene. Market capitalization is circulating supply times price. If Cardano was worth $1,000 and had 19 million circulating supply instead of 31 billion, it would be worth 100,000 million. It'd be worth $19 billion. So yes, it would definitely be worth $1,000. In fact, if Cardano had the circulating supply of Bitcoin, it would be worth $2,000. Fact of the matter is, it does not have Bitcoin circulating supply, has much, much higher circulating supply. So if Cardano had the same amount of supply as Bitcoin did, then yes, it'd be worth $2,000. That is not true, and that is not going to happen. Very much hopefully for everybody who is in Cardano, by the way. That would suck if they burned that many tokens. I think Charles Hoskinson has come out and said that they're not going to do any token burns, any coin burns, so that would not be an issue. Good deal, guys. Any other fantastic Fantismo questions for us, or we're going to move on?
Yeah, I say we just move on.
Let's move on. Good
Zach,
deal.
Do you see anything?
Zach, do you see anything?
No. Okay.
Nope. All right, guys. We're going to move on to some Binance Coin technical analysis. And we are going to start over on CoinMarketCap because, as you can see, CoinMarketCap just listed Binance Coin as number 3. JK, it jumped right back down. That guy decided to get up from the toilet seat, I guess. I don't know. Binance Coin is trading at $236 right now. It is trading with a $36 billion market capitalization. Let's go ahead and look at its chart because I'll be honest with you, I do like Binance Coin, as a cryptocurrency. I do, however, have some reservations, and we're going to talk about those in a little bit. That is definitely not what I'm looking at. That is BitThumb. Let's look at Binance Coin USD. There we go. Binance Coin USD is trading at $263, and right now it has an all-time high figure of just over $300, sitting at $370. I guess that's a little bit more than just over $300. If we look at the hourly chart, we're also going to see that Binance Coin here is very clearly in a consolidative pattern. We see a downtrending level of support, resistance, and an uptrending level of support. This is a movement that we're going to want to pay attention to on Binance Coin. If Binance Coin breaks out of this, which it most certainly will at some point, then we are going to see a large movement, and we could potentially move back to $370. We're going to need to see how that plays out based on what Bitcoin does, however. If Bitcoin is in a large rally, then Binance Coin is naturally going to follow. Remember, guys, we're not just thinking about technicals here. We also have to think about fundamentals. Binance Coin moving into a large rally likely has quite a lot to do with Bitcoin going into a large rally. And it also likely has a lot to do with Binance's fundamentals. Binance is one of the largest exchanges in cryptocurrency, and that's naturally going to drive price action and valuation back to Binance. Now, that does lead me to a question that I want to talk about on this stream, and Smay, I would love to hear your take on this. Binance, and I don't know, this is genuinely me asking. I want to hear what you guys think about this in the comments section. There have been plenty of accusations leveled at XRP about being a security. In fact, the Securities and Exchange Commission has brought them to court and pressed charges against Brad Garlinghouse and some of the other founders of XRP. My question is, why are we not seeing something similar happen with Binance Coin? Binance Coin is having its price driven by the success of Binance. Do I misunderstand securities laws? I want to open up the floor for debate on that. Smay, what is your take on that?
It's really a tough question, right? Because I mean, I think that it could get in that hairy water. Like, so I'm not gonna comment on whether I think it is or not, right?
Yeah, me neither.
I'm definitely not, like, I'm not so well versed in the legalities of it that I would understand it to know whether for certain it is or not. But what I will say is, it definitely walks that line to where I could definitely see the Security Exchange Commission like trying to come after it, you know? Or maybe not the SEC, because Binance is not necessarily a United States-based company, right?
Yes.
So whatever kind of regulatory body that would, fall under, I could definitely see them attempting. But whether that be if it's successful or not, because also we're seeing with Ripple that it's not necessarily being successful.
It's not necessarily going through. There's a lot of legalities there.
So
let me show you guys something called the Howey test. This is the Investopedia article on it. This is something that happened in 1933 based on a court case that went to the Supreme Court. What is the Howey test? The Securities Act of 1933 and the Securities Exchange Act of 1934 dictate much of the U.S. government's approach to financial regulation, even nearly 100 years after they were established. These acts were put into place after the crash in 1929 that helped to lead to the Great Depression and the massive market crash where many people lost their life's savings and their life investments. Under these acts, transactions which qualify as investment contracts are considered securities, meaning that they are also subject to specific requirements related to disclosure and registration. Predictably, this has a significant impact on how the financial world views and interacts with those securities, so it is necessary to have a consistent and thorough way of determining whether a transaction is, in fact, an example of an investment contract. The Howey test is that standard methodology put in place by the U.S. Supreme Court to make that determination. This is very important for determining whether or not something is a security, because this is the definition that the United States Securities and Exchange Commission follows, which means that it's a similar definition that the rest of the free world is going to follow. Put simply, the Howey test asks whether the value of a transaction for one of its participants is dependent upon the other's work. This is why we're asking this quickly. The Howey test determines that a transaction represents an investment contract if a person invests his money in a common enterprise and is led to expect profits solely from the efforts of the promoter of a third party. So let's back up. What does that imply with XRP, and what does that imply with Binance? The reason that we're seeing XRP come under scrutiny is because there is an allegation that XRP was released by the Ripple Foundation, the company behind XRP. XRP is the coin, Ripple is the company. Because of that, the SEC is saying that the coin Ripple is having its value propped up by the company of Ripple. And because of that, Ripple, the company, is benefiting from that value going up in a similar way that Amazon stock is a security, because Amazon stock is based on the success or failure of Amazon, the company, and it helps to support Amazon through their own ownership of the stock. A similar question could be asked about Binance, and I would like to hear you guys' take on that. Is that something that we should be careful about when investing in Binance? Is there a big amount of regulatory uncertainty there? Again, I'm not a securities lawyer. None of us profess to be. I'm not saying whether it is or not. I'm not even saying that XRP is, because I don't know. That is something that I would not want to profess to be an expert on, because I am not. But I do want to open the floor for debate on that, and after we do, we're going to talk about some technical analysis on Binance Coin. Any big questions about that?
Yeah, just to comment on the Binance thing, I actually will say, though, a good marker to kind of figure out where we think like this answer will lie, I think, is once this lawsuit and all that is over with Ripple, wherever that ends up going, and from last I heard, they are approaching a settlement. Mm-hmm. Wherever that ends up leading, I think we'll also kind of decide whether that's going to be something that's going to happen with Binance. Because if it's not successful with Ripple, then we might see then if it's blockchain technology, decentralized, then whatever, have your fun. So. And
by the way, guys, I like Binance. I think Binance is a great exchange, and it's an exchange that I recommend. This is not a diss towards Binance. I think they're providing a great service. I think Changpeng Zhao is a great CEO. I think they're doing a fantastic job. No one's perfect. I think Binance is worthy of its title as one of the largest exchanges in cryptocurrency. I do, however, wonder if they're getting into murky water with Binance Coin, especially considering how much its value is based on it being a trading pair on Binance's exchange. That is the question we're talking about here. So anyway, we're going to leave that on the table for right now. If you guys see any great comments on that, let me know. But I want to go ahead and continue looking at Binance Coins as technicals, because technically speaking and fundamentally speaking, it's great. I love this project. Definitely something that I would like to hold. What we're asking about is regulatory uncertainty and clarity, and if all of that is cleared up, then I have absolutely no reservations about Binance Coin being number 3. I think it makes a lot of sense. So, what we talked about on Binance is that we have an all-time high of $350. We are also in this consolidative movement with downtrending levels of resistance and uptrending levels of support. I also want to show you a horizontal line which sits right here at $145, $150 odd. That was a previous all-time high figure for Binance Coin and could provide support should we need it. Looking out to the daily chart, we are also going to find several other important technicals, namely, we saw that Binance Coin got massively overextended on TD Sequential a while back. Not important anymore. Volume has decreased. Now, this is actually not a bad thing like it is on Ethereum. Binance Coin is in a consolidative movement. It is losing volatility as it trades sideways. MACD, volume is representing that. Whenever you go into a consolidative pattern, a consolidation symmetrical triangle pattern, this is something we talk about in CT2A, by the way, in our videos over here on continuation patterns, you want to see the volume go down. That is the signal of a healthy consolidation pattern. You guys need to know these things. It's very important that you're able to look at charts and ascertain these things. So volume going down is not a bad thing, but it is something to keep in mind. Another thing to keep in mind is the 20 daily EMA. We pulled down and tested the 20 daily EMA and bounced off of it. We never even fell below it. What did we see happen on Bitcoin? We fell far below the 20 daily exponential moving average. What did we see happen on Ethereum? We fell so far below it and we're still not above it, but on Binance Coin, we never actually fell below it. We used it as support. Binance has had a strong corrective movement. It is corrected 45%. It has gone through its correction. It is looking healthy. We can even look on RSI. RSI looks fine. RSI is sitting at 58. Unfortunately, MACD is not converging bullish on itself, but we have had our correction. We are still sitting above the 20 daily EMA, and quite frankly, of the three charts that we've looked at today, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and now Binance, it's actually the most healthy of the charts in my opinion. And as we talked about, other than that regulatory uncertainty, I am a big fan of Binance. So where could Binance go, guys? Binance could easily go to over $1,000 if we clear up some of those regulatory issues. Now, I don't know whether or not that's going to become an issue at all. Right now, no one's talking about it, so we shouldn't be concerned about it. However, do keep your eyes posted on the news in case that does come to light. So I'm going to throw it back to chat really quickly here, and we're going to continue, and we're going to talk about my 2 other favorite cryptocurrencies.
Zach, you see any questions?
Any good questions, my friend?
Seeing any questions.
Definitely not Hi Zach is in the chat, making sure that we get any questions that we have.
I'll go ahead and...
Did Jeb gain some weight? I've actually lost 10 pounds.
He looks buff, though, guys. He does look buff.
Looking bigger.
I will say, let's see. I have 2 questions. I already kind of answered them because I think I already pretty much know what you're going to say.
Okay.
But one person asked, could you ask... okay, I shouldn't have read that part. Let me... bring it back. What's your fundamental understanding of privacy coins like Zcash?
Good question, y'all. So, look, that's a good question. I like privacy coins. I want to start with that. Monero, Zcash, Dash. I like privacy coins. I like the idea of being able to have private transactions that the government cannot see and that you're solid with. A lot of people think Bitcoin's private. Bitcoin is not private and Bitcoin is not anonymous. Bitcoin does not have your name attached to your wallet address, but as soon as you figure that out, it does not become anonymous anymore. You guys know the wallet address that Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy payments go to. You can see how many Bitcoin transactions we've taken just by looking up that address on the blockchain. It is not it's not a private network, and it was not made a private network because if it became a private network, it would be a huge regulatory issue. The reason I don't hold privacy coins and I don't have investments in them is not because I don't like the technology. It's because they will almost certainly be banned. Why? Because privacy coins allow for money laundering. Let me say that again. Privacy coins allow for money laundering. How does that happen? Well, the way you launder money, and the purpose of laundering money, is to scrub the history of where the money came from so that if you got it from illegal activity, the government can't track it down and you're able to spend it on whatever you want. The issue with Monero and Zcash and these other privacy coins is that if you send transactions through them, there is a gap in the history of that transaction. Can this happen with US dollars? Yes, it happens all the time. The difference is US dollars do have tracking numbers on them, so you can actually see where they came from, and you can at least do something about US dollar money laundering. With Monero, you send a transaction through Monero or Zcash, gone. It's history. There's no way to see that. It's encoded on a decentralized blockchain. I love decentralization, and I actually love that concept. However, the government is not going to love that concept, and you can mark my words, in the next 2 to 3 years, I can't guarantee it, because it's the future, and I don't have a crystal ball, but I am pretty sure the governments of the world are going to start to crack down hard on privacy coins when somebody in top brass realizes that you can money launder through them. Yeah. That is not a popular opinion in the slightest, but I don't come here to provide popular opinions. I come here to provide substantiated opinions. So good question. I'm glad we were able to answer that on stream. Guys, by the way, make sure to hit that like button. I really appreciate everybody who's joined the channel lately, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. We post all kinds of content here on this channel, and I would love to see your smiling face more. Let's go ahead and continue.
Yep. I do have one question from our good friend, Bolvito. Bolvito wanted to know, what coins do me and you currently hold? So I'll let you go first.
So I am mostly invested in Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I'm about to open a larger position in Cardano, but about 95% of my portfolio is in Bitcoin and Ethereum right now. What about you, Smay? Do you have anything?
Okay, actually, guys, this is going to be pretty shocking, pretty crazy, guys. I currently actually hold 0 cryptocurrencies.
You do?
I own nothing. I
own nothing,
my gosh. Guys. I know.
Oh my goodness. The power of Christ compels thee. Be gone. Be gone.
Yeah, so I mean, I have owned cryptocurrency, right? So, and I'm looking to own cryptocurrency in the future, right? But I just currently, at this current moment,
guys, he's holding out for that stimulus check.
He's holding out for that stimmy check, yeah. He's holding out for that stimulus. The stimulus. Smay, shall I start paying you in cryptocurrency to rectify this?
I mean, you can give me like little something here.
I'll take a little bit of that.
Give you a little something.
Yeah.
Well, if either of you guys want to work on the tax nightmare of me paying you in Bitcoin, by the way, I would totally offer payment to our employees in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency if it was not the biggest tax headache in the freaking world. I'll tell you what, you want to see mass adoption on Bitcoin? Go knock on the IRS's door and make the tax code easier to follow. It is stupid. We're dealing with our taxes right now. It is such a pain in the butt. I hate cryptocurrency taxes. That's why I never talk about it on stream. Get yourself a tax lawyer. Okay. I'm done. I quit. I leave. Forget about it. It's retarded.
For all the people
Shout
that are
out
calling,
to Manny, by the way.
Yeah. Shout out to Manny, who is helping us.
Everyone who's calling me a no coiner right now, that is actually not true. Okay, I said I own 0 cryptocurrency. That was not necessarily true. I own 1 cent. 1 cent and 1 cent in US dollar coin.
Oh, in US dollar coin.
In US dollar coin.
That doesn't even count. That's a stable coin. How are you calling that
dude, I'm not a no coiner. I have a coin. I have one.
Guys, USDC, it was created by Gemini. Doesn't count. It's like that 1 cent. He's got 1 penny. Guys, just go to town in comments. Come on, we got it. Smay, why? I thought you were invested in Cardano. I thought you loved Cardano.
Yeah, I do love Cardano. I'm not invested in it yet.
Dang.
Guys, hey, you guys got to take care of my
We're going to set up a donation link for Smay so that you guys can fund Smee the Tree so that he can have a cryptocurrency investment.
Someone said, what did you spend it on?
Oh, my cryptocurrency?
The 1 cent. Where are you going to spend that 1 cent on?
That 1 cent. I don't know, man. Maybe a lot of things used to cost 1 cent, but nothing now. But yeah, okay. So I had to take the money out. I needed the money for something. So it's how it is.
This man liquidated his portfolio.
It happens.
What did you buy?
It happens. What did I buy?
Yeah, what did you buy?
I couldn't tell you, man.
Okay.
I completely forgot.
You bought the tree costume, right? It's in the mail.
Oh,
right?
yeah, guys. I do this for you guys.
He bought the tree costume. It was an expensive tree costume. It's been in the mail for like 2 weeks now, right?
Yeah, something like that.
It's been in the mail for a hot minute, guys. Shout out to Smay. Give him some love in chat. I really appreciate him being on stream. By the way, we have a gorilla pod sitting right here. I'm waiting to put another camera on this, so not
guys,
hi,
you'll see
Zach.
My face pretty soon.
Not hi, Zach. Will be on stream pretty soon. Zach, would you like to say hi to everybody?
What's up, guys? Just want to say hi to the chat.
Yes. Zach is the one who is making sure you guys don't just like eat each other in chat right now, because that's the way that goes. I'm just going to take this gorilla pod off the... We're just going to set this...
Y'all
right there.
Y'all goofy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, bro. Chill out.
Zach's just going to take that, guys. Greetings from Poland. There are a lot of us. Someone said greetings from Poland. Greetings from Poland. Someone said credibility is lost. I guess our credibility is lost, guys. I don't know what we did to lose our credibility.
It's just me. Jeb has a very substantial portfolio that, Zach owns coins, right?
Yes, like 65% of my net worth is in cryptocurrency, so I don't want to hear it.
It is just me, and I have owned as of up until like recently. So like I am not a no coiner. I'm just currently a no coiner. So
yes, he sold all of it so he could go buy a Lambo. He had to cash out.
Actually, if you want to know, it actually was to get a down payment on a car. So
yep.
That didn't end up working out.
It was a Lambo.
But, it was a Lambo. It was a Lambo.
He's going to show up to work in a Lambo, I guess. Anyway, guys, we are going to continue here because we talked about Bitcoin, we talked about Ethereum, and we talked about Binance Coin. We are going to move on to my next favorite cryptocurrency, and that would be none other than Cardano, which is sitting at number 3 right now. It is $1.15, and it has a $37 billion market capitalization. Drop a 1 in chat if you are excited for some Cardano technical analysis, and if you are invested in ADA, and we are going to continue. Guys, Cardano has been having a rough couple of days. In fact, we have pulled all the way back from an all-time high figure of $1.48. We're down 23% over the last 6.5 days. We talked about in a previous live stream how we had strong support at $1.17 to $1.18. As you can see, we pulled below that. We rallied and tested it as resistance, and we have now broken bearish once again. Cardano is in a substantial downtrend. We had talked about how Cardano needed a pullback. We've talked about that quite a bit on this channel. The issue is that it was a little bit behind the other cryptocurrencies. You guys remember about 4 or 5 days ago, Bitcoin was in a pullback, Ethereum was in a pullback, but Cardano was rallying. Now it's starting to catch up with ADA. Cardano is moving to the downside. As you can see, we drew this consolidative movement right here, this symmetrical triangle pattern just a couple of days ago. We broke bearish out of it, tried to break bullish, but nope, we pulled back and Cardano moved to the downside. If we look out to the daily chart, we're also going to see some other important technicals, such as the RSI and the MACD. I showed you guys this consolidative pattern on the RSI for ADA. We broke bearish out of it. That is indicative that we're going into a larger downtrend, and so too, Cardano today has finally broken bearish on its MACD. This happened a couple of weeks ago on Bitcoin and over on Ethereum, but it has now finally happened on ADA. Guys, a lot of people are invested in ADA, a lot of people are invested in Cardano. I am one of them. I'm getting a bigger position in Cardano, but I do believe that the next couple of days on Cardano are likely going to be relatively bearish. It depends on what happens with this support level. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of a couple of these so we can see a little bit cleaner. Cardano has a support level sitting at $1.15. Where does that come from? It comes right here. We have a resistance level, a resistance level, and a resistance level. When we broke it, that's where we went, when we went into a rally. When we went. I'm just all over the place right now, guys. Cardano has that strong support at $1.15. However, if it breaks it, its next support level is at $1, and that would mean about a 15% correction, about a 13% correction down to $1. That's the level we're looking at. If Cardano breaks below there, then you're looking at a trade entry opportunity with an entry price of around $1.11. That would be a shorting opportunity. By the way, guys, I want to be very clear here. I am personally a big fan of Cardano. I think it's a great project. I think it is deserving of a top 5 position, and I do think it is something that we should be invested in long term. That is simply my opinion. Please do your own research, but I do stand behind this project. The next couple of days, on the other hand, it looks like we may be moving into a larger downtrend. The technicals are very clear right now. We have a bearish MACD. RSI is trending to the downside. We just broke support. We broke bearish out of a symmetrical triangle pattern. Volume's low. We broke the 20 daily EMA. It is very clear what the technicals are saying. The fundamentals long-term are fantastic, but guys, remember, Cardano is up multi-thousand percentage points over the last 365 days. If Cardano is going to continue higher, it does need to correct. So look at this correction not as a bad thing, but as the potential for Cardano to have an entry price. I'm looking for entry positions right now around $1 to $1.05. If that's something you are doing, I would love to hear about it in the chat. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
I like Cardano.
Yeah, Smay, would you like to tell us your opinion on
Yes, I'd love to, guys. Let me just be honest with you guys. This is another unpopular thing I'm about to tell you guys. I'm sorry. I have to just say it. I'm not a huge fan of anything past the top 5. I'm not a fan of low cap altcoins, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just not. I know that's very unpopular. I know, but I have to say Cardano is one of those coins. It's not really low cap anymore.
I'm about to say it's not outside of the top 10 anymore.
But Cardano was one of those coins that even when it was a low cap, I felt really good about. I love Cardano. I think it's I like it because it's doing everything. It's trying to do everything right the first time. So I think that is, to me, a great principle to have. Is like, hey, like Ethereum's good. Ethereum's just now trying to upgrade itself to make itself more efficient. Cardano's saying, we're starting now. Let's do it right the first time. Let's every system. Let's make sure it's gold.
Yeah, so that's
what I
something.
like
So
about,
Smay is really, he's a big fan of Cardano because, and I mean, feel free to chime in here and correct me if I'm wrong. I think a big part of the reason why you love Cardano so much is because it's trying to do what Ethereum's trying to do, of building a decentralized application platform where decentralized applications can be built. However, they are doing a lot of the development based on the lessons that were learned from Ethereum's development. Ethereum was created many years ago and is now suffering some of those old age rust that we see whenever a car gets old or when a person gets old. Things just start to break. We're seeing things like high gas fees. We're seeing issues with scalability. Cardano is attempting to solve those problems, and I'm not a blockchain engineer. You can go to Ivan for examples of how that is happening and why that's happening. But I do like that Cardano is attempting to solve some of those issues that Ethereum is doing. Do I think Cardano is going to overtake Ethereum anytime soon? Maybe not. I am still invested mostly in Ethereum, but Cardano is definitely a project that I like. However, it is a project that I do think needs a correction in the next 7 days. So that's my take on that.
Here's what I'm going to say, though. Jake, I hear you. I will. You know what? After this stream, guys, I'm buying Cardano. I'm buying Cardano. I'm not going to be a no coiner anymore.
Put your money where your mouth is.
I am putting my money where my mouth is. I love Cardano. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy it.
He just got called out. Thank you for calling out Smee. He is coming to work every single day doing research and helping moderate. And by the way, there's a bunch of Instagram clips that are going up over on Instagram. He's the one that edits those. Those Instagram clips are amazing. If you haven't followed us at CryptoJeb over on Instagram, I don't know what you're doing. It's freaking dope. Like, the Instagram clips he's editing look great. He is doing a fantastic job on that. Shout out to our friend Smee. Give him some love in the chat. Guys, we are going to do a little bit more technical analysis here, and we are going to talk about Polkadot. Polkadot is my final favorite altcoin, and it is the one that we are going to be talking about. Polkadot is technically outside of the top 5, but as far as top 5 cryptocurrencies, it is still there because Tether doesn't really count. By the way, if you would like, we did a video over 2 years ago where I did an April Fool's video doing technical analysis on Tether, and almost no one watched until the end of the video where I said, and by the way, happy April Fools, and everybody thought I was just retarded. Like, that was really funny. Everybody thought I was stupid because I was doing technical analysis on Tether. Anyway, guys, Polkadot is trading at $36. It has a $32 billion market capitalization. And if we jump over to our chart, we are going to do some analysis on it. Let's go ahead and do it. .USD. Let's not use Kraken. Let's use Binance. Kraken has had some issues with its charting lately. That has been in the news. We saw that happen. DOT, right off the bat, has some very clear things going on. We have a consolidation pattern right here, and we have an uptrending level of support right here. Polkadot is, by the way, a project that we know a little bit about. We're pretty good fans of it. It's very similar to Cardano. It's helping to build Internet 3.0. It is helping to build that based on decentralized application and blockchain technology, and it therefore does have strong fundamentals. We have talked about that in other live streams. I encourage you to go back on the channel and watch some of our videos on Polkadot. Polkadot's chart right now looks like this. We're in a consolidation pattern, and we also see that Polkadot is losing volatility. It is doing so probably because Bitcoin and the other cryptocurrencies are losing volatility, so we want to keep an eye on this. If we look at the MACD, we can see that MACD started converging bullish on itself, but today has been a red day for Polkadot, so it has not come to fruition. Polkadot's RSI is sitting at 61, and it is relatively healthy. However, we need to see it break out of this pattern first. Guys, we are in a decision point right now on Bitcoin. We are in a consolidative point right now on Bitcoin, and we want to see Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies continue to trade sideways and continue to build its foundation to go higher. Volume is dropping on Polkadot, which makes sense because we are in a consolidation pattern. That's what happens in consolidation patterns. You can even see that TD Sequential got overextended right here, and Polkadot was rallying to the upside. If we look at the Bollinger Bands, we're going to see that we're just a little bit below them on our wicks, and there's a lot of volatility here in Polkadot. That's something else I want to point out. Notice how large these wicks are, guys. If you're trying to do intra-day trading, that's inside of a daily candlestick. If you're trying to do intra-day trading or even scalping, there is a lot of volatility to profit off of on DOT. We can also see that DOT has come back and tested support and bounced off of the 20 daily EMA, and it has actually not had a massive correction, only down 30% compared to some of the other cryptocurrencies we've talked about pulling down 40, 50, 60%. Polkadot has not pulled back crazy far and has maintained support above the 20 daily daily EMA. It's in a strong position right now, guys. We just need to see Polkadot break this uptrending level, this downtrending level of resistance, and continue to rally from there. The fundamentals are pretty strong. Smay, I would love your opinion on the fundamentals of Polkadot.
Yes. Polkadot is great. No, I'm kidding.
Good fundamentals.
Good
analysis. Good job.
It has a thumbs up from me.
Has a thumbs up from Smay.
Thumbs up from me,
Polkadot
Smee.
analysis.
For very similar reasons that I like Cardano. So I'm just going to put it that way because I basically already gushed over Cardano. It's very similar reasons. Great people behind the project. It's more of a it's less of a decentralized finance kind of platform. It's more for like applications. So I think it's gonna have a great user base and it's a great application, and I think it's great.
Yep, it's a good project, guys, and one that we do stand behind. Let's go ahead and answer a few more questions, and then we are going to go ahead and wrap it out. Do you guys see anything great in chat? Anything crazy going on in the chat?
You see anything, Zach? All right, guys, put some good questions. Come on.
Put some good questions in the chat. We're going to go for a little bit longer here.
Good questions. Good questions, guys. Somebody asked, what do you think of XRP? I think that's pretty...
What do I think? What do I think of XRP? I think XRP is more than likely going to eventually be deemed an unlicensed security, and the people that founded it are probably going to be have charges pressed on them. That looks like it's going into settlement right now. I don't know if that's going to last. They're probably going to press charges again in the future. I'm not a fan of XRP. I think XRP has a use case. However, the use case that XRP has working in Ripple's products, XVIA, XRapid, and all the other X products, I don't remember all of them off the top of my head. Ripple has a great company, by the way. If Ripple ever went IPO, I would probably buy their stock. I would not buy XRP, though. The issue with XRP is that XRP is not directly tied to the success of Ripple. Ripple's the company, XRP's the coin. XRP is just not a good investment, in my humble opinion.
Wait a second, Jeb.
What?
If it's not tied to the value of the company necessarily, does that mean then it isn't an unlicensed
It could
security?
mean that. But the thing is, the thing is, it's not tied to the company, but a lot of people buy it because of that, and they promote it because of that. That's why it's under scrutiny as an unlicensed security, is because it looks a lot like, it walks, it talks, and it quacks like an unlicensed security, even though it's even though it looks and operates like an unlicensed security, it doesn't get value in the same way that a security gets. So it has the worst of the world that it needs and the best of the world that means nothing. That's the problem, is that XRP does not have value driven to it from its parent company, except the way that it was launched, released, and is promoted makes it look like an unlicensed security, which means that it has no value being provided to it by the parent company, but all of the regulatory scrutiny from the SEC. That's the issue I have with XRP.
Someone said, does CT2A evolve/expand?
Yes, we have a lot of... By the way, guys, I'm glad you asked that because this is a good question. We have a ton of new content coming to CT2A. We're right now working on closing a deal with a new branding company, and after we do that, we're going to be going through and updating every single video in CT2A. Once again, we have a big update coming in the next 3 to 6 months. It's going to take a little bit of time, guys. Now that we're operating on a level that we are with a big team that we have, it does take time to make movements like that. I can't just say, boom, update to CT2A. It takes a lot of work. There is a big update coming to CT2A. Don't worry about it. Everybody who's in the academy will be getting access to that. Guys, I think that is going to wrap it out for today's video. If you enjoyed today's live stream, make sure to subscribe to the channel, guys. It is our mission here to provide you with the tools and the necessary skill set and the mindset required to profit in cryptocurrency and Bitcoin by trading and investing in this market. I teach you technical analysis, and I give you everything that you need to know so that you can go out and profit and prosper here in this market. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's stream. Shout out to Smee the Tree, who has been helping to produce this stream, and shout out to Definitely Not High Zach, who is definitely not high.
Yeah,
he's definitely not high. He's also not drunk, just so you know. He's completely sober. Guys, if you enjoyed today's stream, hit that subscribe button. Consider liking the video. Make sure to turn on post notifications. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter because we will be posting clips out of this stream over on our Instagram later today. So if you're interested in that, follow us at
Guys, let us
CryptoJeb.
know if you want us to make a TikTok. We are planning things in the works.
We do.
Yes,
we have a
yes,
TikTok in the works.
We
Yes, we are working on TikTok, guys. So if you want to see us, go on TikTok. Let us know, guys. Let us know if you want to see us on TikTok. Even we're probably gonna do it anyways, but just let us know.
Oh, and by the way, one last announcement. Someone said, Jeb, someone has made a fake account. Guys, there is all kinds of scamming going on in cryptocurrency right now. Do not get scammed. There are imposters everywhere. We will announce any new accounts we make. Guys, remind me to do that. If we make a TikTok account, we will announce that we're actually making a TikTok account, and we'll direct you to which one it is. We do have an official Crypto Jeb Twitter and Instagram. It's at Crypto Jeb. That's the handle. So make sure that you follow us there. If you guys did enjoy today's stream, consider subscribing to the channel. Before we go, though, guys, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.